Well, all right. It is 10:39 a.m. on Tuesday, March 7th, and that is Central Standard Time. Checking in on the Daily Spy move. What are we gonna do? Or we're looking at the spider, looking at that spider monkey right here. Took a big hit in the morning. It's been trending pretty sideways since going down all the way to what did it go? Did it go under 400? It's been catching nice resistance at 400 still makes me nervous. Was listening in on the JP on Jay Powell being grilled by the congressman. And one thing I took away for sure was I just don't like the way some of those congressmen talk to him. It's like, really? Everything is such a political slant to it. It's manipulative in some of those cases. Some of those congressmen were sweethearts. The guy from Louisiana, he had the last name of Kennedy. I don't know if you watched any of that, but I'm like, let him answer. This Jerome Powell is way more intelligent and articulate than you are. If you're going to ask him an aggressive question, at least give him a second to answer before you talk right over him. So we're looking at the spy here. I'm not a big fan of politics, by the way. Either side. I don't care which side of the aisle. They're both make my butt stink. So let's look at what's going on here. SPY is, it's fairly sideways at this point. It's down just over 1%. So I was thinking of the first move would be a call spread, which would, be comfortably conservative for me. So let's take a look at what the call would look like on a credit spread. And we're going to do 0 days. So expires at the end of business today. I was looking at the 405. Oh, it was at 9 earlier when I was looking at it. Let's see if it goes green here in a second and bumps that up to 9 cents. It's going down to Chinatown. You know what? We might just flip the script right here and go to our put side, even though this side is going to make me more nervous today than the call side. I was looking at 397. Whoa, maybe I'm not. I'm thinking 400 is going to be resistance today. It looked like it went down pretty good just then. Yeah, big red candle down, got into the 399.94. And 400 is definitely trying to resist. So I don't know if I can catch that 397 and all that sweet premium or not. Because you see the difference between the 397 premium of 21 cents and the 396. It takes a big jump down. But that's going to, now it's coming back up. Let's go back to the call side real quick. Let's go back to the call side and see if we can't get our trade in. No, now it's down to 7 cents. Let's look again. Maybe we'll go down to the 404. 404 should be safe today unless something crazy happens. So, the candle burned out long before the legend ever did. I'll just sing to you while we watch the chart here going back red. It looks like it's about to go red down. Is it going to try to break through that 400 mark again? This is the 1 minute intervals at Yahoo Finance. So it's finance.yahoo.com. We have the candles up on here. 1 day chart, 1 minute intervals, and I've got it zoomed in so I can look at it more closely. So this is Eastern Standard Time down here. So this would have been like 9:12 a.m. for me on the Central Standard Time. So that's what we're looking at on this chart. And you see it's trying to breach that 400, but 400's holding up pretty well. Trying to hold down the fort at 400. If I had any nerve, I'd do that 397 on the put side. But let's see what we can do on the call. Do you want to risk the 404? I think we might try it. Let's just try it. Let's try to get the 404, buy it back. We'll just go, you want to go tight? We could go tight like a tiger, try to get 9 on the credit, and then we'll do each side of the trade separately. Can we get 10? And what do we want? 5 contracts? Let's go 5 contracts, try to get 10 on the call credit spread right here and right now. 2 of them filled, 5 of them filled. Okay, so we did book. Oh, it even filled higher than I thought. So it must be going green as we speak. And there it is, 2 big green candles up. That helped us fill that at a higher price than when we are even asking for. We were asking for $10 a contract and we got 11. So there's our $55 bills on a collateral of $1,000. Now this is only a 1-day trade, right? It's only 1 day. So that's $1,000. Let's get out the abacus, right? So it's $55 bills divided by 1,000 for a 1-day trade. So it's a 5% return in 1 day. That's a big number. When you're talking about a small account, I've been getting those questions a lot, which I certainly appreciate and understand. So this is only $1,000 collateral. So if you had $1,000, not that I would recommend you trade your whole bankroll in one trade. I would never, ever recommend that. But maybe if you had a $5,000 bankroll, you'd do a $1,000 0-day to expiration trade. But as you know, the disclaimer is simple. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You should not follow my trades for your own trades unless you do your own research first. So that 400 is holding up, isn't it? 400 is holding up. So do we have the guts to go in on like a 397 on the put side? Let's take a look here. Because, we'll get the best premium if we go into that trade while the red candles are on the board. So we're watching it actually do pretty well here at 400.50 plus. So it's at 400.63 right now. Finding a little bit of red down, and it is 10:46 a.m. So we got just over 4 hours remaining in the trading day. And I wanted to attempt, as I told you before, if you've been watching, I wanted to attempt a 30 trade SPY type of experiment just to see, one, do I have the emotions for it? I think the emotions aren't really that big of a deal for me because you're emotionless. No, I have very high emotions, but they don't ever usually run hot. They run on the green side. I enjoy life, as you can probably tell. My most favorite thing to do in life is laugh. I like to do that as often as possible because it just makes me feel good knowing that one day it all ends the same for us. That is morbid, Bart. Well, it's true. Dirt nap is coming for all of us. So in the meantime, let's have a good time. Now we're showing some real action on the green side, trying to climb up there to 401, which doesn't put us in a good position to put that put in there, but I would imagine we're going to find some more red down very soon here. Find some more red down. I got some more action I want to look at today. I was looking at my friend over there, Coterra Energy. What do you got? I need to refresh this. This is from this morning. Coterra Energy, you know how I feel. Oh, they're up a bit, so it'd be tough on the put side. I was actually looking at what I'm going to call the triple nipple trade. That's weird. Oh, we had a friend in high school that had a third nipple. We called him Trip, which was short for triple nipple. So I was looking to actually maybe buy 500 shares of Coterra today, immediately sell 5 calls, which actually would work because it's in the green today, which would give us a little more premium on the call side. Thinking about doing that because, and then the third leg would be, because I would sell those calls just out of the money, maybe even like at $26, try to make 18 a share on $500 on a 1-month trade. So it'd be a March 31st expiration, catch a few cents on the appreciation and then some big dollar bills on the dividend, because you can see right here, they just announced the cash dividend at 57 cents a share. So that'd be very nice, and you need to be owning that before March 15th. So the business day before March 15th, you need to be on the record as an owner of Coterra in order to qualify for this dividend, which will then be paid at the end. I think it's March 30th. Let's take a look. The dividend scorecard. If you look at the dividend scorecard, it's going to show a couple of things that are important to note. One, it's going to show a 3.12 dividend. That's actually misleading. And this 20-cent dividend, that's their fixed dividend. Okay, so you look at, here's their ex-dividend date and then the payout. So right there, we will get paid this month. We can get a triple nipple on the income on Coterra if it plays out like I think it will play out exactly like I think it will be, which would be we'll catch the share appreciation easily from 2581 to 2600. So that's not a big number. We might even go up a little bit higher on that, depending on what the dividend or what the options chain tells us, because we want to collect as much premium on selling those calls today as possible. So we'll look to that in a minute. Let's go back to the spider. And we had a little, it's got some more sideways action. 400 showed a lot of good resistance there, trying to even climb up to 401 on the day. So that is changing our put premium. Excuse me while I sip my hot black coffee. I like my coffee like I like my, don't even say it, Bart. Uh-oh, look at that. It's running now. It's running on empty over 401. So we're going to find a new level here. So that means our trade has probably gone down, that first trade we put on. Let's go back here. You can see all the dollar bills we've lost today. Oh, no. Shake your fist at the market, but that's okay. We can control our credits. So you can see our 404 has lost money right now on paper because it's trying to go green and establish itself at 401 here, but it's finding trouble there as well. So if we catch a couple red candles down, we're going to go in on that put action. Let's see if we can't do it real soon here so I can get off the air and stop wasting your day. I'm trying to entertain you. There's some red. Well, let's check the action. There's some red. Let's just see if we can't get in on that 397. Do I have the guts, right? Sell, put, 0 days to expiration. 397 is now down all the way to 10. You missed your window. I'm really actually sad about that. Missed our window there at that big premium. We'd have to go all the way up to 398. And I really don't think I'm going to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that because I don't necessarily trust this up action right now on the SPY. You know what? So we're going to let that ride. We're not going to fill that. We're not going to attempt a put. Well, this is up to 11. It's up to 11. I could go all the way down here, really. Go for it, Bart. What do you say? Sometimes you got to roll the dice and take your chances. Must be going a little red. Got a little red action there. If we want to try to catch that 12 cents, what do we have to do to get some action? Let's just go here. $2 wide. Continue. What do we need to do? 5. Let's do 5 contracts. See if we can get $45. It has a low probability to fill, but you never do know, do you? If it candles down one more red, it'll probably fill. We'll see. Drum roll, please. It's getting very exciting in here, Bart. Very exciting on this SPY trade of the day. There's a little red action. Still nothing. We'll let it ride for now. Try to keep this estimated credit on the board. Put it on the board. Yes, we'll try to do that. So we're $2 wide, right? And it filled. Okay, we got our $45. So now we're at a 4.5% return on collateral that we're trying to collect. So we got the $45, right? It was $2 wide between the put that we sold. So we sell it for a credit of 14, right? And then we bought this is our downside protection. So if we didn't buy downside protection, then we can have basically unlimited loss on the puts that we just put on the board at 397. So this spread between here is $2 wide. And of course, each contract represents 100 shares. So that becomes $200 of collateral needed for this trade. And then we did 5 contracts. So it would be 5 times 200 equals $1,000 in collateral, as it says right there. So there's our $1,000 in collateral. We collected $45. So if we take $45 and divide it by 1,000, we're trying to collect a 4.5% return on our capital in one day. So that's what we have going on. Let's take a look before I let you go. Got some more downward action. That's why we were able to collect that premium. If you look at those candles, we got 2 decent reds down, a little baby green, and then now we're into another red. So the pressure is back on. Pressure is back on the SPY on the red side, which then increases. Let's go back and take a look at this, our first trade that we put on. So that's going to increase the value of our first trade, which was the call side of the credit spread. So now that call side is now in the profit. As we looked at it earlier, it was down, what, $10 or $15. Now, again, this changes with time and changes based on what SPY is doing. So it starts to go green, then this thing could go back into the red. Does that make sense? And then on this one, when this goes red, it goes into the green, meaning the SPY is going down. And then if it starts to go down, it goes, did I just confuse myself? That's not hard to do. It really isn't. So when SPY goes down, then this becomes vulnerable, as you can see right now. Now it's saying it's down 44% since we made the trade, which is $20. So we've lost $20 on this trade as of right now, which means all we have to go back up and click on Yahoo Finance, and it's going to show us that it's going red. See, there it is. So we got red wine. I do like red wine. In fact, we're going out to dinner tonight. It's a little surprise for a couple friend of us. The wife asked us if we would meet them for dinner and surprise Brian on his birthday. And we're going to do that. We're going to this little winery here in Valparaiso that has what looks to be a nice menu, and I'll be drinking a little red wine. We don't want this thing going too red on us, do we? We want that 400 resistance to stay in play, and so that we can collect 100% profit on both of these trades. I'm going to come back, look at that Coterra Energy triple nipple and try to explain it to you properly. But until then, you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in the next video.